Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, today I have 10 fragrances that I've gathered to talk about that I think would be ideal candidates to wear to a family get together for Thanksgiving. It's a mix of some designer and niche, mostly niche, but this video could serve as an introduction to some of these scents if you happen to not be familiar with some of them, or just to present my 10 picks for you all. So, if you want, let me know, chime in down below in the comments and let me know what fragrances you're planning. If you were to do this video, what you would pick or what you're going to wear to Thanksgiving dinner with your family. So be interested to hear that. Let me know down below. And without further ado, let's get into the topic. All right. So my first recommendation would be Kilian's Angel's Share. I don't think that this is going to be too surprising to a lot of you. This is a pretty common scent profile and one that's really loved in the community, and there's good reason for it. And I think that this is just the perfect time and occasion to wear a scent profile like this. So you get that cognac and the cinnamon and that vanilla dry down. There's more notes to it, but this is obviously a really popular niche fragrance here. There's so many inspired takes on it and some really good ones. But you can't go wrong with the original here. Kilian's Angel's Share. It's that boozy, sweet cinnamon, just really cozy, comfy scent that performs amazingly and will definitely garner some attention. So there's no doubt if you're wearing this and you show up to Thanksgiving dinner, whether you're a man or a woman, you're going to smell great. You're going to get noticed, and no one's going to be off put by it. It just is a really good, cozy fragrance. Hey everybody, this is Austin from the future. I'm editing this video right now and I felt like I needed to put in as a honorable mention because I completely forgot about this fragrance when I was making this video, even though it is a perfect one to wear. It is from Nobile 1942. It's called Il Capriccio del Maestro. This one, really quick, kind of in that same vein as Angel Share and Camera and anything that smells like that, but somehow still better. It kind of smells like a mix of Angel Share, Camera, that DNA mixed with the Creed Centaurus a little bit. So without going far into it, that's what I would say this one is like, and it is definitely a good one. Il Capriccio del Maestro. All right, the next one I have for you guys is another one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite from the brand. This is Parfums de Marly Herod, and I have a 75 ml of this. It's going to be more than enough for how often I wear it, but it's so good. I get this like incense, tobacco, cinnamon is how I would describe this one. To my nose, a lot of incense. So you kind of have to like that vibe. But it's sweet. It's not sweet in the same way that I would characterize something like Angel Share or Camera. It's very grounded. It's kind of a grown-up, sweet tobacco scent. It's nothing juvenile. I think that you have to be a certain personality or a certain stage in your life to be able to rock this one without this one kind of wearing you, is my own personal opinion. I don't foresee someone that's in their teens being able to rock this and not kind of feel out of place with it, but to each their own. If you like it, wear it. That's what I would say. But don't let the fragrance wear you, wear the fragrance. This one is awesome. The performance on it is really good. I'm tempted to wear this right now as the scent of the night. There's a reason why I have a bottle, and that's because I love it. This is Parfums de Marly Herod. All right, so the next one that I have to recommend for you guys is a personal favorite. This is Nishane Ani, and I can't explain it. I love this one so much. I'm going to spray it on the strip, probably make some stupid noises in the mic. Yeah, this stuff is, like I said, one of my favorites, inexplicably. It just is so fresh, right? So I'm reading the notes here just to be able to speak on this a little bit more. It's got ginger, bergamot, pink pepper, and green notes, which completely aligns with what I detect. I get a green, citrusy, slightly spicy opening that dries into this nice, rich vanilla, or like resinous thing. So mid notes here: cardamom, black currant, and rose. I don't really get rose. I could see the other two. This isn't a fragrance where I think that you can really pinpoint notes. At least I can't like pick out, yep, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. As a composition, it's blended very well. That I think it just has a green, citrusy, slight spice added in with a nice resinous vanilla dry down. And I think that it is really nice for being kind of this fresh vanilla that dries down to something that's really cozy, and anyone could wear this. I mean, literally anybody could wear this, and you're going to smell fantastic. So without spending too much time on it, that's Nishane Ani. This next one that I have for you guys is one that I admittedly don't have a bottle of, but I would love to own this one. This is Argos Sacred Flame. And the reason I really like this one is the bright, fruity opening that is a signature Argos DNA at this point, with the peach and the tangerine. It's beautiful. This one, the story goes, it's about Prometheus, the god of fire, and this one is called Sacred Flame, right? I don't know all of the mythology behind it. Christian from Argos does a wonderful job explaining that. If you're interested to learn more about that, I implore you to look at the backstory for this one. But the juice color, the presentation for this, the scent, it's exquisite all across the board. And like I said, that fruity opening with the slight spiciness, and then the true treat of this one, I'm going to spray it on the strip. The true treat of this one, that, oh my God, it's so good. That makes it so good is the florals that are in this. And I've said this in my last video about Reflection Man. The florals are what makes that one so good. And it's not girly, it's not feminine. It just elevates the profile, and I don't have any problem saying that, right? It's the florals that make this thing fucking good. It's the rose, it's the tuberose, it's the jasmine. It gives this new life where this fruity, spicy opening gives way to this really nice floral, creamy, not powdery, but like dense orange wall is what I smell, right? Like, look at the color of this. That's what I smell. And imagine some nice rosy facets to it, and then it dries down to this vanilla ambery thing, right? The base of pretty much all of these has been a resinous ambery vanilla with varying degrees of sweetness. This is kind of the same way, but this one, the florals stay throughout the whole experience, and they, like I said, they make this thing what it is. All right, so continuing with the theme of Argos fragrances, I have none other than Triumph of Bacchus. So this one is a very distinctive profile that you may recognize, and I'll give a quick honorable mention to Mancera Red Tobacco. They are different, but they are also very similar, especially in the dry down. Dry down of Red Tobacco is awesome. Opening, I cannot stand. The dry down of Triumph of Bacchus is awesome. The opening is also awesome. That is my main differences between them. Obviously, I think that the Argos has better quality. It also costs at least double what the Mancera one is from Discounter. So you have to weigh that in. Depends on who you are and what kind of position you're in. Mancera Red Tobacco could be a very good one for you for this occasion, because that dry down is eternal and it smells awesome. Triumph of Bacchus, very, very similar, like I said, with that rum and fruity opening, with that nice tobacco dry down. It's just from start to finish, this is a more seamless, smoothed out, and very high quality version of that profile. And I think that, let me spray Red Tobacco. I want to say that the difference that I can remember is Red Tobacco has a heavier saffron note, that leathery sort of vibe. Oh yeah, definitely. It's not bad, all right? but Triumph of Bacchus is just much smoother. This is more abrasive. But both of them, it's hard to go wrong. That's why I've included both of them kind of under the same one in the video. They're one and the same. The Triumph of Bacchus is better quality, much more expensive. Red Tobacco is very good, dry down, very strong, price for value, value for money. It's a better option, but it's hard to go wrong with either, quite honestly with you. So wear that one to Thanksgiving dinner and thank me later. All right, so the next one that I have is one of my favorites, and I don't own a bottle of it yet. This is actually an inspired take of Amouage Reflection 45. This is 45 Reflections of the Desert. Pretty cheesy name from Dua Fragrances. And they did a very good job capturing the magic of it. You can see I've knocked down a pretty good dent in this one. I will own Reflection 45 at some point. It's just for the price right now and what I get out of this and where I am and, my financial position and yada, 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 right? This is a better option for me right now, and it scratches that itch. It's funny, I actually have a Reflection 45 decant at work and the dupe at home. You would think it'd be the other way, but it's fine. Ooh, yeah. Oh, Lord. This stuff is so good. Let me find the notes for you just to be able to reference something here. But it's very resinous. It's a grown-up, sweet, resinous, aromatic amber fragrance. It is so good to me. Like I said, this is one of my favorite fragrance profiles, bar none. Like, I just love both of the reflections from Amouage. There's something that I can't explain it. They're so good to me. So, okay, notes here. Lavender, benzoin, juniper, berries, pink pepper, clary sage, cardamom. Mid-notes, iris, jasmine, neroli, tonka bean, vanilla, and angelica. And then, the base, loaded with resins. Olibanum, sandalwood, myrrh, apopanax, cedar, vetiver, and patchouli. This stuff smells so fucking good. Oh, my God. It's one of those, like I said, this is just something that right there with Reflection Man itself, this is one that I would just be, if you took all my stuff away and you left me a couple, if I had the actual bottle of that, I would be good with it. Honestly, I would. This profile is something special and it's something to experience. And I think this would definitely get some attention at an intimate family gathering sort of thing. The performance on this and the original, because of the oil concentration with it being 45%, it doesn't scream off of your skin. It has a denser wearing experience where it's higher oil, less alcohol, right? So it doesn't give you that projection like an eau de parfum or just a lower concentration fragrance where it may not last as long, but it has big power in the beginning. This has pretty good power, but it stays closer to a skin scent. It's not a skin scent, excuse me. But I would say that the push off of the skin with this one without it catching the wind is probably in the 1 foot range. Like, someone's got to be pretty close to you. So if you're giving someone a hug, they would definitely smell it. But not to ramble too long about this one, this profile in general, and this take from Dua, they're very good. This is Reflection 45, and this one specifically is 45 Reflections of the Desert. Check it out. It's a pretty good option. All right, so the next one that I want to mention here is going to be from Paris Corner, and I really apologize because I know that I'm going to just butcher this pronunciation. This is Refuck It. That's my best guess. I'm sorry. If I butchered it, please tell me how to pronounce it. I don't want to sound like an ignorant asshole. Paris Corner Refuck It. First of all, for this being a clone brand, this packaging, this glass is thick, weighty. The sprayer is amazing. Like, better than some niche that I have. And this stuff is very good. as a replacement to the YSL Baby Cat DNA. I think this is like $35, and oh my God, it is so good. It is really, really good. Baby Cat in general is amazing. I have a couple things that smell like it. I have one that I think is superior that is going to be later in this list. And it just is a very nice spicy vanilla with this incense, and some people may get this burnt tire or burnt rubber thing going on. I get what you mean, but it doesn't come across that way to me. I think that if anything, you're sniffing it too close and you're just completely assaulting your sense of smell. So I would say if you get burnt tire or burnt rubber from incense, spray it on. Don't immediately smell it. Let it linger, move around, let some air pass over you, and you will begin to understand the magic that is this incense, vanilla, pepper combo that is so beautiful. This one is very hard to go wrong with for the price here. And this even has the notes on here. So elemi, pink pepper, black pepper, saffron, olibanum, vanilla, and cedarwood. So spicy vanilla. And it's damn good. For like $35, check this one out. This is Paris Corner Refuck It. I think that's how you say it. All right, only a few more left in this. So the next one, I was just kind of speaking about it, is Rosendo Mateo number 5. So this one is the precursor to what became YSL Baby Cat and that smoky, peppery vanilla incense thing. This is that with less pepper and florals added to it and some musk. So you still get that same vibe, but to me, this is even more elegant. This is actually what I wore to like our Thanksgiving dinner that we had this previous weekend. It's got this suede, velvety finish and texture to it that I get in a lot of niche fragrances. It seems like, not to put this on a whole other tangent, but some of what inspired takes miss about a profile in my experience is almost like a texture finish sort of thing that it seems like they can't replicate. And I've never smelled an inspired take of this or a clone, but this stuff is so beautiful. It's vanilla. It's got, like I said, this suede sort of finish to it, and these beautiful florals that I believe elevate the profile and make it something more special while still being largely wearable, right? If this isn't something that you only have to wear on special occasions, I think that it does very well in those scenarios, but in the cooler weather, this could be your signature scent, and it's definitely up there as a option for me if I were to have one. So I would recommend checking out Rosendo Mateo number 5. Check out my full review of it down below, and let me know what you think. Have you tried this one? It's really good. So this next one that I have is another personal favorite of mine that I think is actually very polarizing, but it's so beautiful to my nose. This is Royal Tobacco, aka Opus 14 Royal Tobacco from Amouage. I love the bottle on this too. I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up, but it is this matte, kind of like chalky finish to it, which some people will hate from a sensory perspective, but I actually think it's quite nice. Nice magnetic cap with the jewel for the Amouage bottles. Beautiful. Oh my God. There is a reason that I own this, and that's because I had that same fucking reaction the first time I smell it. Every time I smell this stuff, it just captivates me. It is not the most easy scent. I'm going to be completely flat out honest with you. If you're new and kind of a beginner to this, it's not funky, oody, stinky, but it's very resinous, not very sweet, and you have to like this Middle Eastern resinous, balsamic finish without a ton of sweetness. There's a little bit in there. There's a little bit of vanilla in here. But this stuff will put hair on your chest. Like, this is very masculine, and I think it's downright beautiful. Cecile Zarokian did a fucking amazing job perfuming this. I tend to like her stuff, as you can tell from this, and she also is the perfumer for this. Two of my favorites in my collection she has done. She knows what she's doing when she makes a fragrance. And like I said, you have to like that balsamic resinous thing without a ton of sweetness. There's enough there so that it's not completely unwearable, but this stuff is so masculine, very resinous, not very bright. It's kind of on the more dry side when it comes to the finish of it. Do yourself a favor. I'll put it in the video. I'm just going to put the note breakdown. I'm going to let you guys read through that because I'll be here for another minute and a half if I have to read through all of that. But it'll give you a little bit of insight as to how complex this one is. And in this one, it is not just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and like it doesn't really change anything. It's so complex and nuanced that, like I said, there's a reason that I own this one, and it's because it gives me that reaction that I had in the beginning. It is so damn good. Please smell it if you haven't. It's not cheap. Don't blind buy it. There's a very good chance that you will be very unhappy with me if you're not into this kind of style of fragrance, but at least get a sample of it. If you can sample it in a store anywhere like Neiman Marcus, do it. Come back to me, tell me I'm an asshole and I have bad taste, or tell me that I'm really good and you're glad that I told you about Opus 14 Royal Tobacco. All right, last one coming up. All right, let me reel it back in a little bit since I went off the deep end here with Royal Tobacco. This one I don't have a bottle of. I'm good with the decant, but it is very good. It's Spice Bomb Extreme from Viktor and Rolf. This one is just very easy to like, where Royal Tobacco and some of the others on this list are going to be more challenging and might not appeal to everyone. You might love it, may not appeal to everyone. Spice Bomb Extreme, there's nobody that is going to smell that and be like, ugh, that smells bad. It smells good. It's very easy to understand and like. And that's why I have it on here. It is the uncomplicated, seasonally appropriate answer for this question of what do I wear to Thanksgiving? It's getting into the more cold months, right? It's just very good. It's vanilla, tobacco, a little bit of this whiskey accord, and cinnamon. It's very uncomplicated, and it's just simple, and it smells really good, and it's not that expensive, so there's a reason why people love it so much. Yes, I think that this one is very hyped, but I think it's warranted, honestly. I'm not in a rush to spend my money on it because I have other stuff in this list that I would wear before it, but I'm trying to include things that could capture, a wider audience's attention. And if you're not into niche and you want some good designer takes, Spice Bomb Extreme is going to be a very good one to try. So with that out of the way, I think that's going to be it for my list. I hope that you enjoyed. I know this is going to tend to be on the longer side video-wise, so let me know what your thoughts are. If you made it all the way to the end, shout out to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate your attention and time to watch these.